AWFX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Hopefully, you guys out there are doing great, earning a lot of money from the market, and of course, taking good care of your own health. Don't let the COVID-19 influence your life. All right, get the positivity and not the negativity. All right. So today, let's continue with our episode. The next episode, this episode, we'll talk about the fake out. All right. So fake out, what is a fake out? Before that, I'm going to explain a few things about QML. We know about QML, there are two types of QML, the quick retest and the late retest. So usually fake out will happen at the late retest. All right, late retest. So we have a different type of fake out, all right, which I'm going to explain it. Don't worry about it. So first we have the version 1, fake out version 1, where there is a 2 resistance or the 3 resistance, and of course the other way around is the support, all right, and the 3 support or 2 support. All right, so it will happen in the middle fake out, mid fake out, or the end fake out. Don't worry, everything will be explained later. So the second type of fake out is the version 2, which we call it as the SR flip. All right, SR flip or RS flip. So S here stands for support, R is the resistance. So it's support resistance flip or resistance support flip. All right. So of course there is the third type of fake out which we have to be careful about. That is the version 3, which is a diamond setup. All right. So don't worry, everything will be explained. All right. So first, let's look at a version 1 fake out. So what do I mean is a version 1 fake out? So here we have a typical QML setup. All right, QML setup. So we have the MPL, the maximum pain level, which was explained previously. So there is a break of structure. All right, there is a break of structure. So what happened is that at this point, what we'll be looking is that in future there is a lot of resistance. All right, there is a lot of resistance. So sometimes there will be 2 resistance, that is why it's 2R. Sometimes that it will be 3 resistance, that is 3R. All right, and this resistance will happen, sometimes it will happen at the early, means that once it broke the structure, it make a fake out, or sometimes it is at the middle, and sometimes it's very, very late before the price came back to this area before going down again. So this is exactly what does a fake out looks like. All right, then we're gonna label it R1, R2, and R3, and of course the price likely to come back to this area where you're gonna find your MPL and then drop. All right, so we have the buy version, which is exactly the same, but we've just flipped the chart. All right, flip the chart. If anyone of you cannot imagine, this is how it looks like. We have a high, low, lower high, and then lower low. Ultimate. Then we have an MPL. Then before it break off structure at this point, then what will happen is that there is a lot of fake support. All right, fake support. Okay, then the price came to in future, the price will likely come back to the area and then fly off. All right, so this is a very, very simple of fake out version 1. So I'm going to show you an example. All right, so this is a very perfect example of a buy setup. All right, buy setup for a 3S, 3 support. All right, 3 support. So let's look at the structure this, and let's analyze this structure. So currently what we have is that the structure is going down. All right, overall it's going down. So we can see this is creating low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then ultimate the lower low over here. All right, so this will be the head, this is the left. So we're gonna label it as this way. All right, so this is a QML. Right, so QML, right, Quasimodo level. So always remember, Quasimodo level is not important. Maybe I'll make it shorter. Quasimodo level is not important. It's just an indication that the price likely to reverse. What we are going to look for is the MPL, the maximum pain level. All right, so what happened here is that if you look at it properly, the price came up and then punch down again, and then try to break this zone over here. It does not happen, comes down, and then goes up again. So at this point, some people might argue it breaks, some people might argue it does not break. It depends on how you look at it. For me, it's a very solid break because you can look at the candle, it's a very solid candle compared with all this shadow over here. All right, so what happened is that the price came down again to this point. So where is our next support? All right, what is the fake out? So maybe I'll switch it to line chart, sorry, the 1 hour chart, so you can look at it more properly. So over here, what we have is that we have this fake out. All right, we have a lot of fake out. Let me change the color to orange. All right, so we have the S1 over here. We have S2, S3. You can see that the price keep hanging around this area. All right, keep creating some fake how should I say, fake fake impression that the price likely to rebound. All right, fake. So you know that all this thing is already there. All right, what is the next thing you need to do is to find your MPL, maximum pain level. So at this point, this time frame, there is nothing, really nothing. You cannot see anything very clearly. So what I usually do is that I'll go slowly going down. So all right, here we have some nice area. So where is our MPL? MPL is a area where we got a lot of rejection. All right, we got a lot of rejection. So let's see, where is it? Okay, this is my MPL. Right, this will be my MPL. All right, so if you look at this area, right, this is my MPL. This whole thing will be my decision point at this moment. All right, just bear with me. Yeah, the pips, the range, the zone is very high, but slowly. So what happened is that you can see that there is a lot of rejection at this point. All right, there is a lot of rejection, and not only along this line, there is a lot of indecision, a lot of indecision. All right, so this will be my MPL. This will be my MPL. All right, so what happens is that there is nothing, since this zone is very big, you cannot do much. All right, you cannot do much. Usually I will just keep going down and then find my fresh demand zone in this case, or fresh supply zone if is the other way around. So I'll keep going down in this zone. If you look at it properly, I don't change anything in this zone. All right, so here we have a very nice things. All right, very nice. Okay. So in this zone now, what we can do is that we can actually make our zone smaller, or I call it a sniper entry. Right, so this is a more precise area. All right, this is a more precise area if you compare with previous zone. So this zone have 30 pips of stop loss, 30 pips of stop loss. So this is our entry point. This is definitely our entry point, because if you look at it properly, this zone over here is the one that initiate the movement that tries to break the previous high, and then it fails, and then push it up again. All right, push it up again to break the previous high. All right, so this is a very valid zone for your entry. However, sometimes for me, I might reduce the risk. Of course, that is me, not you. All right, you need a lot of practice to do these kind of things. So usually I will likely to go down to 5 minutes. Right, I will likely to go down 5 minutes. Let me see if I can get my zone. Yep. Let's see. Just bear with me. I'm not sure what happens suddenly. All right, so we have even better zone over here. This will be my entry point. Right, this is my entry point, and this is my zone. All right, so this will be my zone and entry point. So I I did get into this trade, all right, and I'm very happy because I caught it at the right time. So it's very, very obvious that you can see that this movement, this zone is pushing the price goes up. So there is a very high possibility you're going to get an entry. So let me go back to page 4, right? All right, where is my around here? All right, so okay. So what happened was that we have our QML, we have our fake out of support 1, support 2, support 3. So what we need is that the price comes back, came to this zone, and then hopefully the price at this point, what I can do is I can only hope the price to goes back up. So not only I'm going to teach you how to entry, now I'm also going to teach you how to exit. So how you enter is how you exit. Over here, we have two possible of exit point. All right, the first possible of exit point is this one, this zone. All right, this zone is very, very fresh. All right, the second exit point will be here, will be here. So it depends on how you trade. All right, it depends on how you trade. I cannot teach you how to trade because it is your own preference. I can only give you guideline, or how should I say that I give you open your eyes to different kind of trading. All right, so you need to have your own rules. So there is two exit point. What happened next is that the price, let me exit. All right, sorry for that. So the price came back to this area, all right, and then reject nicely to this zone, all right, to this zone, ignoring this zone. So if you're able to get into this kind of trade, all right, you'll be having a very nice risk reward ratio, right? Let's see what we can get from this. 1 to 10 risk reward ratio, right? It may sound simple, but this is exactly how I do it, right? From QML, from breaking structure, analyzing whether is it possible, and then of course getting the zone correct and reducing it to a possible smaller zone so that I know my risk will be reduced and get the best, or should I say get the best risk reward as high as possible. So this is a very, very simple type of fake out for fake out version 1 for a buy setup. All right, next we're going to show you a QML sell. So very fast, we are talking about we're looking at the Euro USD weekly chart. All right, it does not matter what time frame. All right, any time frame also have. It's just that coincidentally I just saw it in this time frame. So what we have is that the trend is going up and down, high and low, breaking the previous high and then low, creating another high. Then what happens is that it has broke this important low over here. All right, yes, broke the important low. So it's a qualified QML. Then where is our QML? This is my QML. All right, so let me label it for you, QML. Right. So very easy. If you look at it, the price goes down for quite some times. I think for years. All right, years before it eventually comes back. So when it comes back, that time it creates an impression that there's a rejection at the resistance area. So where is it? So this is my fake out. This is my fake out. Let me get this clear for you. So this is my fake out. So we have a resistance 1 and resistance 2. So this is the 2R. Sometimes it can be 3R. It depends. Sometimes the resistance all happens at the early. Sometimes it's at the mid. Sometimes at the late. And sometimes it's this combination, the early and the late. All right, so it does not matter. So if you can see the price comes back, all right, reject, have a short break before going up. So where is the entry area? So over here, there is only a very, very obvious entry area. There is this zone. This zone. Of course, this is a daily, weekly chart. The zone is a bit big. You need to go down to lower time frame and learn how to sniper your entry, which I'm not going to explain much here. I'm only going to show you what is the resist. This one called the fake out. All right. So let me label it for you first, in case any of you cannot see it properly. Right. So this is R2. So this is a very, very obvious, easy example. Right. You can see it. This is a very, very obvious, easy example. So there's a R1, R2. So the price came back to this zone, all right, and then dropped again all the way until now. All right. So where is it heading? I'm not sure, but there's a possibility. There's a small rejection over here. Right. There might be a small rejection because if you look at it, this is also a QML. All right. It has broken this low over high over here. Right. So I always mention here. A lot of people ask how you gonna exit your trade. So my easy reference is that how I enter a trade is how I exit a trade. So if I see a QML at the bottom, then that is how I exit. I'm not going to hope that the price goes down some more, breaking low. No. All right. So this is an example of a QML. Okay, next we'll talk about the fake out version 2. So it's a SR flip. All right, it's a SR flip. So what happened, what we had here is that let's assume that the price create a QML and then it goes down, right? It goes down. And this is actually is itself, if you look at it properly, all right, this pattern, it has a lot of rejection and then it goes up before it plunges down, right? It plunged down. So this is something we call it as a SR flip. Itself is a Q. This one is a MPL itself. All right. If you look at it, the decision point. All right. This is a stop hunt. All right. So what happens is that the price, once it has broke this low, right, it comes back and then reject at this area before it goes down. So where are we aiming, or where can we enter our trade? Is we gonna enter our trade at this point. You see. So the benefit of trading SR flip is that your stop loss is very defined, or your entry point is very defined. So you know where your entry point is very, very small. I would say sometimes it can be very, very small. Right? And this is a very strong type of fake out. All right. So remember that the fake out is actually because of some resistance, support become resistance. All right. So this will be the RS flip. Right. So the price likely comes back to this area before we go and we have a buy trade over here. So it might get a bit confused, but don't worry. I'll show you some example. All right. So the price create, there is definitely a QML first. All right. So it happens to have an MPL. The price reject and then comes back, and then we have a buy trade. Right. So next we have an example of a sell setup of a fake out version 2, which is a SR flip, support become resistance. All right. So easily we have to recognize our QML. You can see the price is going up. All right. This is the low, the previous low, breaking the high. All right. Then the price came down and then broke the previous low, broke of structure. Right. Break of structure over here. So where is our SR flip? So if you look at it properly, the price have a SR flip at this point. All right, the support become resistance straight away after the price break. All right, the price break, it came back and then has a SR flip. So, and of course, this is a very, very simple structure. You don't tell me you cannot identify where's your QML, cannot identify where's your MPL. So your QML is definitely at this point. All right, at this point. And then of course your MPL will definitely at this point. You can see that there is a multiple rejection along this line. All right, there is a lot of rejection. I cannot mention how many rejection you have. And how you enter, where is the supply zone above the MPL? This will be it. This will be the zone, right? This will be the zone. And likely the price comes back to this area and then drop. So this is a very simple, how should I say, it's a legendary kind of setup. I don't know how should I say, how good you can get any more better than this. All right. So this is a simple explanation of a QML. Let me do some labeling if any of you cannot understand. All right. So this is my QML and this is my MPL. So remember, MPL does not really happens at the QML area. Sometimes it might happens at the lower part. All right, if it happens at the lower part, just look out for rejection. Just look out for where the price suddenly surged up and then before came down. That is what we call as a stop hunt. All right, stop loss hunt. And you can see the price came back to this area exactly before it goes down nicely for a lot of pips. All right, a lot of pips. And this is exactly what is a SR flip sell setup looks like. All right, so now I'm going to show you a sell setup of a SR flip. It will get a little bit messy over here, but it's okay. So what we have is the price is going high. All right, and then it breaks the low over here. So this is a very ugly type of a QML because your QML is over this point, at this point. Your QML is at this point. So that's why I say it's very ugly, and the low before the previous high is very low itself. It's really located at a very bottom area. So what happened is that we have some SR flip. So what is a SR flip? So if you look at it properly, let's enlarge it. Okay. When the price comes down, there is some sort of movement over here. All right, let me enlarge it. Some sort of movement before the price goes up and then goes down. All right, before the price goes up and then goes down. So we have our SR flip at this area. All right. So this is actually a very nice example of SR flip, because not only is a SR flip, it becomes a important SSR. You can see that there's a rejection. There's a we call it as resistance 1, resistance 2, pick up and become a SR flip. So like what I said, what I told you just now, the entry point will be somewhere around here. All right, somewhere around here. So let's see if we can get any entry point, fresh zone. So if you look at it, there is actually not much fresh zone over here. There's not much fresh zone. So what you need to do is that you need to go lower time frame to find your zone. You have to define your zone, right? So let's see. Yes, no, we still don't have a fresh zone at the top over here. So we might go even lower, 5 minutes. Sometimes that is the necessary that you need to do. All right, because it depends. It depends on how you're going to trade. For me, getting a fresh zone is very important. All right, so this is what we are looking at. We are looking for, right? So there is a retest, small retest, like I told you before. You can consider this is a how should I say? It's a small, it's a more risky kind of trade, but it depends on you. So the stop loss actually is not very big. Also, it's only 4 pips. So I'm not sure really I'm really that accurate, but this is how I really trade. So let's see if the trade got triggered. All right, nicely done. So you can see that the price came back to this area. We test it and then goes down. All right, switch to 30 minutes. So the price reached this zone, reacted, and then goes down. So it does not goes down quite a lot. All right, maybe due to some maybe due to this QML over here. You can see there's a reversal QML. High, low, lower high, lower low, and then it breaks the previous structure. Right? So there is a QML over here. That's why I say that how you enter is a trade is how you exit a trade. Right? So eventually this is a good trade itself because it gives you quite nice INR, risk and reward ratio. Let's show a bit over here. Right? So let's assume that you exit over here. So it's 1 to 11. So it's quite nice IR. Of course, Euro GBP is a bit slow type of slow moving type of currency pair. Right. So this is how you trade your SR flip. Right. So I think I'm gonna stop the video here because it's getting quite long. So if any one of you like the videos that I done for you, and I'm apologize because I've been my schedule is quite uh, packed for these few weeks. It's Christmas coming, so I apologize for delaying some of the episode. But hopefully you guys enjoy and learn a few tips or tricks on trading QML. All right, and then using the MPL, and of course now I'm introducing you to pick up for the uh, late retest type of QML. Right, so next episode I'll explain more on diamond because diamond is